Good morning, friends, and welcome to episode 15 of Looking at Stamps. And today we're going to talk about butterfly stamps. I first started collecting butterflies because I like sending out the exact postage due for international and domestic mail. I am one of those people that carries around an old man coin purse and likes making exact change at the register. And I like doing the same thing with my postage stamps. So when international mail started getting more and more expensive, I realized I needed larger and larger denominations of stamps so that I could send out the appropriate and correct and exact postage due. And that's when I started collecting butterfly stamps, because the butterfly stamps at that time were some of the larger values of stamps available. At that time, when they first issued, they were listed as first class surcharge rate, and that is today what we call the 2-ounce rate or the non-machinable rate, so to speak. So this is in that collection of stamps. The first is a 64-cent stamps. These are all 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 inch, so they're the square stamps as well that I enjoy. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful stamp. I like the colors of this. This is a golden orange. It has orange and yellow overtones to it. Set of 20, as you can see here. And this was issued in 2010. The next stamp was issued in 2012. This is the Baltimore checker spot stamp. This has orange and black in it. As you can see, this is now 65 cents. And it's another beautiful stamp as well. The next stamp that I have is the Great Spangled Fritillary. This was issued in 2014. And this is an ochreish golden bronzy brown. And you can see here the rate is 70 cents. And you can see how utilitarian these are. You combine this with the 45-cent stamp, and you have enough postage for international 1-ounce mail. The next stamp is the Eastern-tailed blue butterfly. This starts getting into the non-machinable rate. And actually, I do prefer when they have the prices on them rather than these forever rates. It's just a lot easier knowing exactly how much postage you have on an envelope. And these even take the postal employees time to figure out as well. I realized the other day that some of these employees aren't very adept at math, and they actually use a calculator to compute or to reference these stamp values. So if they don't want to cancel them at that moment, many of them are putting them aside so they can figure out the postage. I found out the hard way that the other day, and I'm a little ashamed to say that I started to prejudge these post employees based upon their ability to hand cancel my postcards and postage at the moment. And so I'm taking a step back from that, and if they need an extra day to figure it out, that's fine. So I like this particular stamp because it's blue, and this was issued in 2016. And finally, in this series, I showed you this already. This was issued in 2019, and this is what started the idea of me doing a stamp butterfly episode. And this is the California Dogface released this year, and this is a bright, bright yellow. The very first stamp set that I collected of butterflies was this stamp set here, 1712 to 1715. This is 1 1/4 inch by 1 inch. And this is a series of 4 stamps. It comes in a sheet. And as you can see, we have the Baltimore checker spot there already. And we have a variation of the dog face here. And I do enjoy these stamps. These are 13-cent stamps, as you can see. And they are very, very beautiful. And I like them on this neutral background as well. The next set that I had in my collection is this particular stamp. This is called the Common Buckeye. This is a smaller stamp. This is a 1 inch by 7/8 inch stamp. The Scott number differs depending upon whether you buy it on a 20 stamp sheet or on a coil. I'll show these to you up close. This is an interesting stamp, and it has this true brown color in it, and you don't see a lot of brown stamps featured. You see a lot of brown backgrounds, but you don't see a lot of brown stamps featured. And as you can see, this is 24 cents. And finally, we're going to talk about stamps that include butterflies that aren't necessarily butterfly themed. This is the Protect the Pollinators series, 5228 to 5232. These are 1.5 inches by 1 inch, and it's 4 sets of 5, and this is the set here that you see. And as you can see, there are 3 different butterflies, and you have 2 bumblebees. So they do have butterflies in this particular series. These are US Forever stamps. Show you 2 of them up close. And the last one I wanted to share with you is a special stamp for me. Some of you may know that I ran a hospice for 7 years when I lived in Tampa, and we were aware of these hospice stamps. These were issued in 1999, and it does feature a butterfly on it. And in hospice care, butterflies are very, very important symbol. Butterflies and flowers. So we try to examine the life cycle in terms of butterflies and flowers. And with that, that is today's session on butterfly stamps. I hope you have a great day. Talk with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.